Hello and welcome to MMBPCP review. I'm kind of laughing a little bit. My little German Shepherd's being a little brat over here. She was just knocking at the door, so I had to let her in. So if I get sidetracked and she starts eating things like she's doing right now, you know why. What I have in front of me is the Hyskore gas dampened DLX Precision Bang Bang rest. And it's more than just a rest. It transfers recoil to the bench. It has straps that hold it down, secure it, kind of like a vise, and it has ambidextrous windage adjustment. It runs on some kind of hydraulic system. I checked this out on YouTube the other day. I say the other day, about a week ago, and I was kind of amazed that I didn't know this particular model existed because it seemed really cool in the videos and offered a lot of features. Now, my intended use for this, why I got this, is so I can bring you, the viewer, a lot more accuracy shots, taking out the human error for testing. Well, that won't be no fun for me, of course, because, well, it's fun to pull on these things. But what it will do is make it consistent no matter what with the groups, so we can definitely take the human error out of it with this system, supposedly. Let me check this out here. It literally just came, okay? And of course it's supposed to have a warranty, so I'm gonna fine-tune accuracy, progressively absorbs recoil, returns to battery, uses compression dampener technology. You don't need any sandbags or weights. Remove motion contamination, which is cool, and it has a remote hydraulic release. So how cool is that? So I don't even have to be near it. I can stand away, watch target, hit the hydraulic unit, pull and send it. Very neat. And the results will be as consistent as possible. According to this, this will handle anything from a 270 Win to a 375 H&H. You can use a 223, a 22, a 250, a 204, and other later recoiling. So it's pretty cool. They do have an extra spring pack that says you can get with these for some different calibers. Which is cool, but for the PCP, we're not going to need any of that because, well, might need it with a carnivore. I'm joking, but I think it does have some kick. But let's get this together so I can at least show it to you, and then hopefully tomorrow we can get out on the backyard range and get this thing functioning and actually complete some tests. I will be right back. Okay, here it is all together. Really unique system. I'm actually liking it the more I kind of learn it and look at it and see exactly what they did here. It seems like a lot of engineering went into this. When you first unbox this, you look at it and go, what does it do? How does it work? The directions, got a nice pamphlet here, and it gives you some ideas. The print's pretty small, and the directions themselves aren't, to be honest with you, that great, but if you spend a little time and you kind of look at this a little bit, you're going to get it. As long as when you start and you understand the first part, and I'm going to give this to you, you need to make sure that it is sliding and returning to battery here, because that's for your recoil. As long as it's doing that, you're good to proceed. Just make sure that your lock nuts on your absorber are snug. You don't want them tight because you want your absorber to move back and forth, but make sure they're snug. There's some, if you're going to use this and you're going to use this all the time, there's some steps that you're going to want to take that I have not done yet, simply because I just unboxed this and got it together. And if you notice on each side here, we have these little rails here, and these nuts simply are a stop, okay? They're a big lock nut and they're a stop. And when this recoils, and if you're using anything with recoil and this pushes back, I grease these up because it slides on it. But what you're really supposed to do, and there's a reason that the factory does not do this, and it's a good reason, at least they thought it out and told you need to do it. You need to get yourself some emery cloth and sand it to polish shine, and then re-grease. it's going to make sure that this slides decently and always keep some silicone grease on it. The reason they don't have it polished already is because, well, of course, these things sit in boxes and warehouses and what have you, and you'd hate to pull one out of the box and have that particular part that's very crucial to the function of this rest be corroded or rusted. So that's why they don't do that. Setup. Now, you're not just going to simply take this rest and sit it on something and use it. I suppose you could. If you had something that's very stable, I might try it, but ideally, it's meant to be bolted down to something because, well, this is a precision rest. So this is made to get you to test and get repeatable results on your target, basically. So you have some holes in the front here that would mount down to a piece of wood or what have you, one in the back and one on each side of these legs that would hold it stable and in place. A unique feature, something they gave you in the manuals, they gave you a template, if you will. It's not really a template, directions to building such a platform that's transferable to other benches. So say you went to your local range, and of course you can't drill into their benches and lock something down. However, you can build a plywood little platform underneath this that is movable and is permanently affixed to, and you sit it down and use some C-clamps to clamp it down to their bench, and there you go. So they were nice enough to give you that. So this, you can take this with you and use this pretty much where you want. I might be experimenting doing something a little bit different, but it's nice that they gave you the option. Also in the manual, they do have replacement parts. And the company that actually carries these, I got mine on eBay. And I'll get to the price in a minute, but I got mine on eBay. I didn't get it. I don't believe I got. Maybe I got it through them on eBay. I don't even know. But they're in Middleborough, New York. The name of this is Hyskore. It's a Hyskore DLX Precision Compression Dampened Rest. And I don't say that word because of YouTube algorithms. Of course, you guys know that by now. But it's pretty cool. But I will tell you, the prices of their things, I wouldn't say they're bad. You can get a compression dampener, and that's underneath, and they make different ones. So if you have a higher caliber and you need a different dampener, they do make different ones. They're right around $37, but they do make them. And all these parts that this is made of is replaceable. They do have them here and available. Like I said, the importer of these, I believe, yes, is in Middleborough, New York, and they have a phone number, fax number on here, and a website if you care to visit that. But they are, of course, made in China. So let's just get that out of the way now. Made in China, of course. Interesting features that you're interested in. So what does it do, Mike? What exactly does it do? Well, we know that if they have something recoil, it returns to battery where it started, which is good. These heavy-duty straps allow this platform not to move in it, and it's very sturdy. I was skeptical of that, but it holds down really, really well. I have one lightly in the front and firmly in the back, and it holds very, very well. Of course, we're not going to get any big muzzle rise or anything like that, so this is just kind of sit on there, but I do have a purpose for it right now. And then we have some fine-tuning elevation adjustments for the butt end of the PCP. Then we do have elevation adjustments here in the front of for the PCP, and then we do have elevation on each side here, this knob here and here, which is not only elevation, but it's canter. And then we also have a parallax. We call it a parallax, not parallax. What's the word I'm looking for? It eludes me right now. I'll come back to it. I'll think of it in a second. It's fine tuning. Basically, you're fine tuning your left and right of the PCP itself with this back and forth with a simple turn of this knob. Everything is ambidextrous, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, windage. It's such a simple word, it escaped me. Windage. This is just another windage adjustment, not through the scope, but through the rest itself. The most interesting feature of this to me, and it's not a real complicated feature, but it's going to come in very handy. The design of the rest is definitely superb. I like it so far. And I figured if I could put a BP in it, a bullpup in it, that I could pretty much use anything. I even think you can accommodate maybe targeting some hand in it up front if you needed to for CO2 or something along those lines, with something with no kick. I wouldn't attempt this on this. They do make them for them, but I wouldn't attempt it on this one without anything with any kind of power. So what's unique is if you see this little air cylinder right here, it's not an air cylinder, it's actually a hydraulic cylinder right here. And it's got a liquid in it, and I can take this, it's connected to this tube, and I can just sit back, well, as far as you want to. You could add a longer tube if you want, but I can go as far back as I want, way over here. I can mount my scope cam here. I can put a camera on my target also. Then I can sit on my laptop wherever I'm comfortable, not touch this device other than making sure it is loaded repeatedly, and then sit back, and instead of squinting through a optic, I can come back, watch my target, and I give this little hydraulic a push. I don't know if you can see this or not. Boom. See that? It pulls the trigger. Very cool, right? Back and forth consistently. Now this setup here is a setup that's finicky, I'm not gonna lie, because they had to make it so you could kind of use it with pretty much anything, right? So you may have to experiment in different positions or different ways of holding this tube, this hydraulic tube in place. I have mine set up just a simple way. It's effective, but you don't want to over tighten anything. You just want the hydraulic to work smoothly with a controlled brake, and you should be good to go. What's nice, I can watch everything on my computer screen and say, oh, it's hitting here on target. Come back over, fine tune my adjustments on my scope, if you're dialing in, and then go from there. Once it's dialed in, now the real tests begin, and we test for accuracy, and I can sit here and watch every shot placement, even do measurements on my laptop for the group without even having to go down the target. So that's going to be pretty cool, and it's going to tell me a lot about, well, the pellets that I'm using or the slugs that I'm using. It's going to tell me a lot about the PCP that I'm using. Even as far as the optic goes, I'm going to have a lot more reliable information because we just took human error, almost all human error, out of it. So that's great. Now I can even box test the scopes because I have a platform that allows it not to move when I'm dialing it in. And that's a big issue when I'm trying to box test a scope. I don't have anything to lock it in to keep it stable. So now I do. Is $126.99. I got it on eBay. I don't know the seller. I don't remember it, so don't ask. I don't like giving links to stuff like that. This is something that if you want to research and go out and get. I will tell you, make sure if you do and you want the hydraulic, make sure it says that it comes with that hydraulic, because all of them don't. This particular model number, and I don't know if this means it comes with the hydraulic, but this particular model number is 30088. It is, and once again, by Hyskore. They do have a website, www. and it's Hyskore.com, so you can go there and check it out. Been out for a long time. If you guys haven't seen this before, neither have I. I come across it and I had to have it. And for the price, I have more money than that and a couple of just regular rests that do absolutely nothing really except for a front elevation that aren't built like this. And so I'm pretty impressed with this one. Let me know your thoughts, guys, what you think below. And stick around because I have a problematic, not this one, because this was amazing. This AEA is amazing. This I just wanted to test it to see if it fit in there. I haven't put anything else in it yet. This fits. I figured if this is gonna, pretty much anything that I have is gonna. But I have a very problematic PCP. I'm not going to mention any names. I'm not going to mention the name of this company anymore. But it's problematic. I've been trying to work out some issues with it simply because so many people were having issues. So I think I discovered a way of maybe helping some of you out there with, we'll say, the Turkish line of PCPs, and you're having some accuracy issues or some machining issues. It's a simple solution, hopefully. But I'm going to test the theory, and we'll test it on this rest to make sure that it's a bit better than it was before. So for all of you out there that got some bad Turkish ones, that you know who I'm talking about, and I'm not naming names any further. I'm just not doing it. I refuse to. If you did, you might want to watch this. I can give you guys an idea of what to look for and how to maybe rectify some of these situations, especially if you're not hearing back from the company or they're not returning phone calls to you or anything. I feel you. I know how you feel. So stick around for that upcoming episode, and we'll get you maybe squared away a little bit where your PCP is at least usable instead of just looking good. Thanks for watching MMB PCP Review, and I'll be talking to you soon. Thanks. Bye.